handle the truth.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, maybe. I'm going to talk to you all about something. I've harped on this several times and everything like that, and maybe sometimes it might catch hold. I was watching Seconds of Horror. It's a YouTube channel. Highly recommend it too. He has two channels, Seconds of Horror and Minutes of Horror, and they're very good YouTube channels to watch and everything, getting information from. But he touched on a subject yesterday or day before on one of them that I've harped on quite a bit. And it's about our food supply, more specifically about our meat supply. And they's going into the thing about the synthetic foods or lab-grown meat. Well, not really lab-grown, but cloned meat, where they are cloning cows and livestock like this to create meat for our stores, for your grocery stores, your restaurants, and your homes, and everything like that. And that might be true because as Anna and I traveled across the United States and everything, we noticed several of these big, large white buildings that nobody was leasing, nobody was doing anything like, but they had bunches of trucks coming in and out of them all the time and everything. And there could have been a facility where they could create this cloned beef or even stem cell beef or meat products. We don't know. We speculate on several different things, maybe even that it was a processing center for people, what they had and when they were going to do the lockdown and the guillotines and the FEMA camps and everything else like that. So we went through all kinds of different speculations, and we more or less focused on it is something about food supply. But I want to read y'all some numbers right here, and you might find some of these hard to believe. I don't agree completely with these numbers, but I believe they are something to be aware of. First off, in the United States, Americans consume about an average of about 161.6 million pounds of beef per day. And that was based on something that was compiled in 2023. And that breaks down to about 59 pounds per person, 59 pounds per person for 2021. And this is for about 365 million people, okay? So that is about a good number. Now this counts roast, your hamburgers and stuff like that, everything like that you can make of a beef. But so I went ahead and looked and asked them about pork. Now this is AI giving this number. I don't agree with this number. But Americans consume about an average of 51 pounds of pork per year. I disagree with that number. I think it's quite a bit higher because I'm a big advocate of pork meat. I like pig meat. But anyway, that breaks down to about a quarter of a pound, not even a quarter of a pound, an eighth of a pound of pig meat per day per person. Again, I don't agree with this number, but they say this is about right, so we got to go with what they say. So we'll go ahead and check again. In chicken, it's about 102 pounds of chicken per person per year, which breaks down to about a quarter pound of chicken per person per day. Now again, this is based on something around 365 million people. Again, those numbers can be taken as they say they are, but I don't agree with all these numbers. So the one that surprised me is I went ahead and checked on fish. And this is all fish, not seafood, but fish specifically. And it is about 5.3 5.3 pounds of fish per day per person. I didn't know I ate that much meat, fish. But anyway, and then also about 20.5 pounds of seafood, and this is other than fish, seafood per year. So guys, that's a lot of meat, guys. So I want you to think about this. How much meat has to be processed each day? It has to be packaged each day, delivered each day, and purchased each day. That's a lot of meat, guys, going around. Again, the population of the United States is around 365 million, according to what they said. So 161, that's over a third of the population eating meat every day. And so we consume a lot of meat is what I'm getting to, guys, quite a bit. Now, if you look out, Anna and I drove across the United States, and we've seen these farms. We've seen where the chicken's supposed to be, and the cows, and the pigs, and sheep, and everything else like that over several years, guys. And guess what? They weren't there. We took videos of this several times and everything. And posted on my other YouTube channel before it got taken down. And anyway, these fields were empty. Even crops fields were empty. So where is this meat coming from? Now, again, we remember that they put a tariff on all imports, including meat, in the United States. In fact, there's been kind of a restriction on meat imports because of disease and everything to the United States from other countries for quite a while. So where the hell are we getting all this damn meat? Because it isn't being raised in the United States. It is not being brought over from across the border, across the ocean, or wherever. Where is it coming from? We all know, guys, I'm going right there to it and everything. We all know, we heard stories about McDonald's and other fast food restaurants finding human DNA in the meat supply, in the French fry supplies, or whatever like that, and everything like that. We all say, ooh, this bad McDonald's. But guys, you got to remember, guys, we are not bringing in anywhere near enough beef to supply citizens of the United States every day with beef, like they say these numbers. 161.6 million pounds a day. That's a pound, half a pound per person per day, guys, approximately. A little less than just half of that. You understand? That's a lot of damn meat. Where is it coming from? So, again, I mentioned that they found human DNA in McDonald's and other restaurants. But where are these other, where is all this meat coming from? Recent years, we went through a virus outbreak that went around globally and decimated the population in several places. In fact, several 100,000, if not over 1 million people died here in the United States from this. And this happened all over the place, including China and Russia. Well, not so much Russia, but China, England, Britain, Australia, etc., etc. It was just massive. A lot of people died worldwide. But here's a breaker. Even though they stopped shipping things to the United States, from the United States to any other country, all shipping basically stopped, we still had fucking hamburgers every god blessed fucking day. Where did it come from, guys? Now remember, in New York, they found like 2,000 people died from this outbreak of this virus, and they mass buried them in Central Park. Give me a fucking break. Alright? Now we need to look at these facts straight in the eye, guys. That this mass outbreak of this virus, all the other calamities, this famine, these war things and everything. In fact, I want to go ahead and bring in one other thing about this that we don't realize, is human trafficking. And I'm not talking just about live humans. They take people across the border, they all that stuff like that. They grow them in labs. I'm talking about at funeral homes. Yes, guys, there's a trail now leading that they are harvesting human parts and organs from funeral homes and selling them on the black market for food supply. There's even a place in Mexico, guys, where you can buy human meat.
Yeah. And they tell you who it is.
Yes, as I said, they tell you what. They don't give you specifics about the name. They tell you what. Age, gender, nationality, lifestyle, etc., etc., all the stuff. And guys, you can order this meat, including brains and organ meat, from this website. Yeah. And this is on, not in the deep dark web, guys. It is on your regular internet.
Yeah.
This is shocking. Right here, guys. You understand what I'm saying? And if you look, again, on all these other websites and everything, you go ahead and look up about cannibalism or eating human meat, the news stories and everything like that. There's been a plethora outbreak of stories about what part of human is good to eat, what it tastes like, how to cook it, etc., etc. It's been going on for several years, guys. They're indoctrinating us to eat human meat. So I want to bring one other factor is, guys, if you recently heard in several national cities and areas across the United States, they've been cleaning up the homeless problem. Where the hell are they going? Are they in your neighborhood? They're not in my neighborhood, and they're not in our local neighborhoods, and they're not on the streets. They're not in the woods, guys. Where did they go?
Soylent Green.
As Anna said, Soylent Green, guys. I want you to think about this. How many of you have found meat that ain't right, don't act right, don't taste right, don't look right from the grocery store? What you used to get to what you got now. How many of you have found chicken that's stringy and falling apart just looking at it, basically? How many of you guys have noticed this? What about your pork? What about your bread that don't get mold and don't go away. We taking bread, guys, and throwing it out in the yard. The birds look at us and hell no. Okay, I'm serious.
And
So,
crackers.
yeah, crackers. Oh gosh,
Yeah, for
the
trouble.
crackers smelled like diesel fuel.
Yeah.
So I'm not lying to you guys. This is stuff that's going on right now, guys. We are in fact right now eating human. A lot of it is human. A lot of it, some of it is uh, uh, genetics, cloning.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, our
Dog.
laws. Yeah, even as I said, animals, your pets. How many people gave up their pets for euthanasia, and they got a little pocket of ashes? Y'all heard about the ash thing going on there? The human ashes or pet ashes being mysteriously replaced with stuff like cement mix and wood ash and sand and stuff like that, right? This is breaking open, guys. Funeral homes, crematoriums, hospitals, morgues, and everything else. They're actively supplying the food chain with meat. It's not just for experiments, like they say.
Right,
No.
right. When your family dies, you can throw them into experiment at a research center, and they'll cremate and give you back the ashes.
Yeah, right. So, guys, this is a big thing. It's starting to break open, but they have been indoctrinating us for at least 7 years, maybe 6, about eating human meat and the ethics and making it seem like it's okie dokie to eat Bob. Hope y'all have a groovy day, guys, and enjoy. But think about this. You can research about it. I will leave a link to Seconds of Horror and Minutes of Horror in my description because he's really good with this stuff.
Yes.
Y'all have a nice day. Be safe and do something for somebody nice. Later, takers.
Attention passengers, we've now reached our destination. We hope you enjoyed the flight and have a nice day.